All right, it is the start of a new week. This weekend's price action has been pretty boring. Since we got this drop on Thursday, we've just been ranging sideways, crabbing along. There haven't been very many trade opportunities. I haven't been trading much in here, but I did take a few trades today. Luckily we did get some volatility. So I want to quickly take a look at Bitcoin, go over some of my trading plans and the trades I'm in right now. So first off, quickly taking a look at the more macro, I'd still say I'm uncertain on the direction here. But as long as we hold this low down here, we are still technically in a higher term uptrend. And yeah, as I said, I can't say I'm certain that we will go one direction or the other. We didn't get super clear signals as we made this low. I mean, we did get a slight divergence on this 4 hour, but the money flow is still trending down. We didn't see a divergence with money flow. And this overall felt like a really weird move. I mean, we got this very quick move to the downside. It happened in, as you can see, one hour candle. And then since then, we've just been trapped in this little range. I mean, from the top to the bottom, 2% actually isn't that bad, but still, I mean, we went from crazy volatile candle to then really nothing down here. And I wouldn't say we really saw super clear bottom signals. If the money flow was trending up, if the money flow came down deep over here and was trending up when we put in that low, that would be a lot nicer. But I wouldn't say this is a clear bottom, but it still could be. This was a very quick move to the downside here, so if we start getting a move to the upside, we could easily fill that and get back up into this range up here. And yeah, I mean, what I like to do when I'm not sure about a direction is plan for setups in both directions. Look to, potentially get into some longs that I can hold if we end up seeing that move to the upside. And I've been short scalping this range as well. I am still holding one short from higher. I did take a long scalp right here on this POC. I'll go over that later, but if this ends up being a bottom and we end up coming up for a higher high, then yeah, I'll gladly hold that position. But if we end up coming lower, then I have a few long ideas towards the low of this range. So first, I have those single prints marked out right there, but these are actually weird single prints because I'm pretty sure Bybit is the only exchange that these exist on. We didn't see this wick on many other exchanges. It might have just been Bybit. So, we do still have single prints here that are unfilled, and I mean, we did come down and fill some of them with this move. So I was, potentially looking for an SFP of this low, maybe to fill some of these single prints, maybe fill all of them, or maybe just get a bounce off of the value area low here. But again, this wick only exists on Bybit, or at least that's the only one I'm aware of, so I'm not going to give it as much merit as if this existed on other exchanges. It's just something to be aware of because the value area low is right in the middle of there, and we could SFP this low. So, the single prints are just a little bit more confluence there. Also, I am looking at this golden pocket. We didn't tap it yet because it was this high up here that created it. So, this tap off this area doesn't count. The golden pocket didn't exist then, so this is still an untapped golden pocket. And, we could SFP this low into the golden pocket, or SFP this wick on Bybit, or SFP them both. I'm still watching that golden pocket. It is also below the value area low, so if we see another move down there, I will be aware of that. We've seen a lot of quick wicks to the downside kind of get bought up. And, we have this 786 down here that I want to be aware of. This low as well. I'm pretty much watching all of these wicks for potential SFPs. But then, if we end up coming down for the lows again, we did actually bottom here on Bybit at a very interesting level because right below that is a pretty juicy area of confluence. So we have a weekly level. We have an 8-hour order block. So if I go to the 8-hour time frame and zoom in right over here, you can see that purple candle right in between those blue ones. That's a nice order block, and we front ran it very nicely, which gives us, the potential to SFP it if we see another move down there. There's also this NDPOC inside the box, so if we see like a deep move into there, That could be nice. So yeah, I would definitely be watching those lows, and if we get a move down there, that could give us the juicy bottom signal or potential bottom signal that I was looking for. Those 4-hour divergences with the money flow trending up. If we get like one last wave like that, the money flow still makes a higher low. That could be nice. So yeah, pretty much all of those levels that I talked about before that would be like scalp long levels. But I think this box down here is going to be a very key level. Very interested in that. And above us, I am looking for an SFP of this high. We have this low back here that I marked out that we may find resistance on if we come back up to touch it. We showed this level no respect to the downside, so sometimes when we do that, we will find resistance on it when we come back up. Also, we have a nice area right here around this golden pocket. If you pull it from that last high before the dump right up here, the golden pocket lines up with the lows of this previous range, a nice support resistance flip, and the value area low of that range is right above the golden pocket. So if we come a little bit higher than it, it's still in between the golden pocket and the 786. And the 786 is actually looking pretty nice too, because this was like that support level we found right before that last pump up. So, I'd be watching pretty much the lows of this previous range if we see confirmations hitting off of any of those levels. And I really like this box up here, this 2-hour order block that we have right before the dump. That last blue candle there. Here, if I hide the box, it's easier to see. This last blue candle before the dump is looking like a nice order block to me. I'm not the best at finding them, but that is looking pretty nice. The fact that, it pretty much lays right on top of this inefficient price action too. So if we see, a quick move back up to fill that, we could bounce right off of that order block. And it is also the previous range point of control that is right around there as well. And we also had a VWAP snap right there, if you can see that. This is where VWAP snapped the price. So some nice confluence right around that order block. I mainly like the fact that we could, quickly fill this candle and then reject off the order block. That is looking potentially juicy. And then above there, I also noticed this untapped daily right around the previous range value area high. So, if we come above there, we could even SFP these highs, tap off that level. That could be another trade setup. Now, right now, I am in a long from right down here and a short from up here. So, here, let's go over the short first. So, I actually entered this short twice. I got stopped out the first time. So I shorted this first wick right here. Let me hide this short position because that's going to be annoying. So I shorted this first wick when we came up, tapped off that 786 back here, SFP'd this wick, and then fell back down below. That was a trade setup I was waiting for. And yeah, as you can see, we came back up to stop that out. And once this got stopped out, I was, pretty all right with just sitting out. I thought we might see higher. But, looking at Coinalyze, we did see a massive decrease of open interest there. A lot of shorts got stopped out with that first wick I shorted. And then as we came up here, we started falling back down. So pretty much I, pulled a local fib here, waited for a golden pocket retest, and I don't know why my fib reset. It's an ugly fib, but either way, we came up to this area between the golden pocket 786. And we did see some local absorption here. So, after all those trades got stopped out, we saw some longs opening up. We saw, potential absorption here. Basically, after all those shorts got stopped out, after that massive decrease in open interest, we saw some longs start to open up here. And the price was putting in lower highs, potentially showing some absorption up here. And, this is a strategy I've been talking about a lot in my videos because I've been using it a lot. Basically, pulling golden pockets after the first retracement of a move and looking for absorption as we come into the golden pocket. And, here I had a very tight window of invalidation, like a 0.1% stop loss. And, yeah, I was able to TP this quick and lock in the trade quickly. I treated it as a scalp. But then, I let the rest ride, and we ended up seeing a pretty big drop from there. Now, the long I took down here was based more on market cipher. We did see a large decrease of open interest in this move, as you can see back here. Very big decrease of open interest. And we did see a bunch of longs open up here, which ended up closing out later when we got this drop down here, or at least some of them did. Not much going on with the CVD, some flopping and groping. But as we made that last low on market cipher, we were, seeing some nice divergences on the 6-minute. On the 3-minute, the money flow is also increasing. So I basically took that long off of market cipher. And when we started to make a move back up towards the point of control of this range, that is when I looked to enter. Just a little scalp to kind of hedge my short. I wanted to take less risk on it because it's not really a trade I planned for. But, nonetheless, I wanted to try and get in a long if I could. And yeah, now basically, I got that one locked in. I got plans made for if price goes in either direction. And yeah, pretty much just wait for price action to decide on what it wants to do. I'd say, honestly, preferred scenario for me would be like a sweep of these lows to then start making our way back up towards the high of this range. I accidentally closed my larger of my two shorts from up in this area, so I would like the opportunity to short from up here again. And a nice long from these lows would also be great. But, I guess we just got to wait and see.